वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्।
Devotion towards God is a natural phenomena that every living creature acquires. Whether it may be a small or a large one, every living being shows respect to God. However, the way of worshipping and recognizing may differ. Among all, human beings are the most knowledgeable creature who is inextricably connected with their culture and their belief in God. Devotees do different yagyas, fasting, pujas to worship God and show their devotion. Moreover, because of their faith in God, every year thousands of pilgrims of all Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism visit the abode of the great God, even of gods, Mount Kailash and Mansarovar, which has the unique distinction of being the world's most venerated holy place located in the far western Tibet. Tibet, a heavenly place, is the world's highest plateau with the topmost human civilization, which is surrounded by Himalayan range in the south, Karakoram range in the west and Kunlun mountain in the north. Tibet is taken as a roof of the world because of its climate, height and geographical structure. It has so many high mountains and it is also the source of many rivers. Today, on the 31st of July 2014, 18 members of a team have arrived in Kathmandu at Tribhuvan International Airport to visit Mount Kailash and Mansarovar via Nepal. All the pilgrims are native Sri Lankans who live in different countries. Among them, 6 are from the United Kingdom, 9 are from France, 1 from Switzerland and 2 are from Sri Lanka. They have come here under the leadership of Mr. Maheshwaren, Thirunavukkarasu, with the arrangement made by Shree Murugan Travels in London. They are welcomed by the Managing Director of Expedition Himalaya, Mr. Naveen Tritau, at the airport and are taken to the Grand Hotel. Today, the 1st of August 2014, pilgrims visited Pashupatinath Temple. It is a holy place of Lord Shiva. Pilgrims perform some pujas before entering to the temple.
We are going to the main temple to have darshan. Thank you.
And worship the main temple in front of the amazing golden-colored Nandi, following the line of the pilgrims there. Now the team is heading towards Budhanilakanta temple for sightseeing. Everyone can see the statue of Lord Vishnu in his sleeping position in a pond. According to a mythological legend, long ago a farmer found the statue of Lord Vishnu while tilling the field for farming. Thereafter, people dug the pond and placed the statue upon the snake god and started worshipping it regularly.
We are at the Buddha Nilkant temple. The group is having a lovely darshan and enjoying themselves.
Before a day to Kailash, we are all having a meeting on further planning of our tour is held for briefing about the difficulties, precautions and remedies during the tour. The next day, that is on the 2nd of August 2014, pilgrims began their journey from the Grand Hotel after breakfast in the morning. All the guests are boarding the bus, including Naveen Trital and Dawa Sherpa, managing directors of Expedition Himalaya. After 1 hour, team reached Dhulikhel. Unexpectedly, pilgrims are informed that a massive landslide wiped out an entire village, killing people and blocking the Sunkoshi River to create a large lake with possibility of flash floods. Pilgrims could not continue their roadway journey, therefore they stayed a night at Dhulikhel in a hotel. Next, we had only one option, by flying by helicopter to the border. Today, the 3rd of August 2014, pilgrims, including Nepalese staffs, flew towards Tatopani with 6 pilgrims at a time with their luggage, foodstuffs and necessary equipments on a helicopter of Fishtail and Simrik Air. Helicopter lands at Tatopani. Finally, all the travelers reach Tatopani safely. Expedition Himalaya proved that though the journey was challenging, it was not impossible. Pilgrims walked for half a kilometer, reaching at a hotel and took their lunch there. After all immigration formalities are complete, the pilgrims walk ahead, reach Nepal Friendship Bridge and cross half of the bridge. Tibetan security checks passports, visa paper one by one, and then only the pilgrims are given entry into Tibet. The Tibetan guide and necessary bus has already arrived at the Tibetan Immigration Office, welcoming the team with all travel documents for Kailash trip. Once we entered, Tibet coach was waiting for us, and it is a luxury, comfortable coach. The journey on the bus is very exciting. The team arrives at Zangmu Bazaar. This bazaar is known as Khasa Bazaar in Nepali, where pilgrims stopped for a while and then they move on. On the way, the team can admire some springs, enjoy a peaceful environment and observe green forest, waterfalls, etc. After 1 hour drive, pilgrims reach to Nyalam, which is the second biggest city of Tibet on the way of Kailash journey. It is a beautiful city surrounded by the hills, situated on the banks of Bhotekushi river, which is at an elevation of 3,750 meters above the sea level. Basically, only people of Tibetan origin live here. Knitting the beautiful dream of tomorrow, pilgrims spend their first night at Nyalam. Today, the 4th of August 2014, after the breakfast, the team continues the journey from Nyalam to Saga, where the team glances at the Milarepa Buddhist monastery. Three hours of drive took them to Yalungla Pass, which lies at the height of 5,050 meters above the sea level, highest point while traveling to Mansarovar. One can see the colorful flags here. From here, Mountain Sishapangma can be seen. Watching Yalungla Pass for a while, the team moves ahead. On the way, there is a wonderful view of Pikhuchu Lake. After 45 minutes drive, the pilgrims got off the coach and walked around Pikhuchu Lake. At this place, travelers took their lunch. After watching Pikhuchu Lake, the team drives for half an hour and then reach Nunilutal or Salty Lake. Then the team arrives at Saga Bazaar. Before Saga, the team also see holy Brahmaputra river. Pilgrims wash their face in the river and continue their journey. This is a view of a very beautiful place called Saga Bazaar. This place is facilitated with electricity, telephone, hotels, etc. Our team is going to spend their second night here. The 5th of August 2014. Now the pilgrims are heading towards Mansarovar at around 8 in the morning. Crossing the hills, deserts, rivers, lakes and the tiny residential areas. On the way to this journey, one can also stay at Paryang city. Our bus moves on, observing the exotic scenes to cross Paryang. The team reaches down to Mailungla to have their lunch and move towards Horchu Mansarovar. Three hours of driving takes them to Horchu Monastery. Following the local rule over there, the team left their bus and continued their journey in a local bus, driving on the bank of Mansarovar to reach Chu Monastery. While circumambulating on the way, pilgrims stopped their bus to dip in the lake. Some took a bath, offer worship and prayer facing Kailash Parvat on the holy lake Mansarovar, which is located at an altitude of 4,580 meters above sea level. All the pilgrims are busy taking a group photograph. It is connected with a deep religious and spiritual relationship and is very significant for both Hindu and Buddhist followers. It is a religious belief that if one goes around the lake and bathes in the sacred water, he or she will be pure, with all sins and diseases washed away from the body. It is said that pilgrims who stay at this place at night can watch both the divinities, Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati, in full moon. We have some story behind this holy lake cited in our holy book called Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran. This story is from heavenly period called Satyayug, or the period of truth. Indra, king of heaven, was taking rest in his palace. Meanwhile, his guru or teacher reached there, but Indra did not notice his presence. Guru became very angry and left the palace. Without Guru, Indra found difficulties in rituals. Taking advantage of this, demon attack in the heaven. Then Indra accepted Vishwarup Twasta's son as his guru. One day, Indra unveiled the truth that Vishwarup has relation with demons. Then Indra beheaded Guru Vishwarup. Twasta becomes furious. In Hindu mythology, killing a Brahman is an unforgivable deed. To take the revenge, Twasta created a demon named Britasur. Indra became very frightened and went to Lord Vishnu for help. Vishnu advised him to make a weapon from the bone of a great saint, Dadichi, to get victory over Britasur. Indra succeeded in killing Britasur, but he was blamed for killing Brahman once again. Being very much frightened, Indra went to Mansarovar and meditated for 1,000 years and performed Havan Yajna and became free from the sin of killing a Brahman. Due to this reason, we take a bath in this holy river. We also perform the puja, worship or prayer of Lord Shiva and Parvati following the rituals called Rudravishek. After puja, we perform Havan and Arati. Kailash Parvat is situated about 58 kilometers far in the north from Mansarovar Lake. Brahmaputra river flows from eastward of the lake. Some other believes that they get salvation after death even if they only touch its pure water. So many people cherish to visit Kailash Parvat and Mansarovar Lake at least once in their lifetime.
Bhargo devasya dhimahi dhiyo yo na prachodayate.
Travelers continue their journey glancing upon the Rakshas Lake. Hindu people believe that carnivorous monsters are still hiding into the dark water. Therefore, people call it Rakshas Lake and stay away from this lake, believing it is a symbol of dark and destructive power. Now, pilgrims have reached at Chu Monastery. One can see the Kailash Parvat, Mansarovar Lake and Rakshas Lake very clearly from this place. In the south, one can see the Mount Gurlamandata as well. Pilgrims are going to stay 2 nights at Mansarovar. Therefore, pilgrims spend their night at the hotel near Chu Monastery. There are around 20 to 25 hotels and lodges, whereas a beautiful hill with the monastery can be seen behind, and there's also a hot water spring for bathing nearby. The 6th of August 2014. Today, pilgrims reach the Mansarovar Lake, which is at the height of 4,580 meters above the sea level. They perform puja and worship, bathe and offer prayers to God. The 7th of August 2014. Pilgrims heading towards Darchen. Darchen is 40 kilometers away from the Mansarovar Lake and it takes 1 hour by bus. It is known as the Golden City, located at the foot of Kailash Parvat. Before going to Darchin, all the visas, passports have to be checked, and the travelers are going to stay 2 days at this hotel. The agency has managed the best cooks to prepare food for the pilgrims. All the pilgrims are vegetarians. Food is really very delicious. All the travelers are enjoying their food happily. The 8th of August 2014. Today at Darchin, pilgrims are expanding their journey towards Tirthapuri. Tirthapuri is a holy place situated at a distance of 70 kilometers in the western part from Darchin. This place is also known as Bhasmasur, which is taken as Tibet's third important religious place. Near Tirthapuri, there lies Tatopani hot springs, which makes all the pilgrims amazed and excited too.
This is very, very hot. This is Tirthapuri.
Om Apo Jyoti Rasomrutam Brahma Bhurbhuvatsuvaro.
Returning back from Tirthapuri, pilgrims spend their night at Darchin. Ninth of August 2014. After 2 days at Darchin, the next day, early in the morning, the team is preparing for the Kailash circuit or Korra. After taking our breakfast at Darchin, the entire team is heading towards Yamadwar. It takes about 15 minutes for the bus to reach the first gateway, Yamadwar. It is also known as Circuit Gate. This place is called Yamadwar Gate, Gate of the God of Death.
Om Namo Shivaya. Om Namo Shivaya.
The first day of Korra, we are at the starting point. Hopefully the weather will hold up. And the Kailash Mount is covered by clouds. Maybe in a couple of hours it will clear up. Thanks to Mr. Nabin.
Yak carried all our provision stuffs and other necessary things. Pilgrims ready for 3 days encircling or Korra. Some disabled pilgrims went up riding on a horse, and some returned back to Darchin because the journey from here is quite hard and uncomfortable. Those who could not circle around offer their prayers to Kailash Parvat, the reflection of Lord Shiva and Goddess Parvati, from a safe distance. Kailash Parvat, situated at a height of 6,714 meters, is considered as the world's most venerated place, at the same time that is the least visited. We have a story behind this holy place cited in Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran. Once upon a time, there lived a popular king, Sagar, who tried to perform Aswamedha Yagya and become king of heaven. But the king of heaven, Indra, became frightened and stole the 100th horse ready for the Yagya and transported it to Saint Kapil's ashram or hut. Sagar had 60,000 sons, including Asamanjasya, who goes along with his troops to bring the horse back. But he, along with his troops, were changed into ashes because of the power of Saint Kapil. To remove the ashes from the earth, the river Ganga was invited by Ayushman, Asamanjasya's son, but he could not. His son Dilip tried, he also could not. His son Bhagirath tried, and Ganga put 2 conditions. The first condition: earth cannot resist her tremendous power and should be minimized. Second condition: if she comes to earth, everybody would take a bath to remove their sins and be free from their sins. But the Ganga questioned her own cleanliness and purity. Bhagirath meditated for so long and impressed Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva promised to minimize the force of Ganga and hold her on the earth's surface. To make her pure and clean, the following persons should take bath in the Ganga: Saint Brahmanishta and Lokbhavan. For this reason, Lord Shiva sat on Kailash and made it his home. It is believed that he still lives here in Kailash. So Kailash is the sacred pilgrimage in this earth. Meditating here would bring us peace of mind and most holy pathway to the heaven. Every year, thousands of pilgrims belonging to 4 different religions visit this place. It is not easy to travel to this place. According to Hindu religion, one can directly go to heaven if they circled Kailash Parvat for 3 times. This is why people of 4 different religions as well as Christian people go to circle Kailash Parvat. The total circling area of Kailash Parvat is 52 kilometers, which is called Kurra. While circling or doing Kurra, one should walk the difficult way on the second day and should pass the Dormala Pass, which is 5,639 meters high. On the first day of circling around Kailash Parvat, one can see the exclusive elephant-shaped huge rock on the way. It is believed that god Indra rides on it. After 8 hours of journey from Yamadwar, Derapuk is inspected. Visitors are in absolute delight to have a close look at the holy Kailash Parvat from Derapuk. Wow! The scene of Kailash from here is like heaven. There is a monastery situated at the edge of the river, which is at a height of 4,900 meters above the sea level. We spent the night at this guest house. Some visitors who could not continue their journey returned to Darchen on the second day. Today, 10th of August 2014. We are expanding our journey towards Dolmala Pass. Probably, today is going to be the most difficult day for us in the whole trip. Walking for about 3 hours, the team arrives at Sivasthal. Here people can offer old clothes. The normal route for the Kailash circuit tour is through Ganesh Kunda, Dormala and Gauri Kunda. Now we have reached to Dolmala.
Say thanks to Maheshwaren.
Dolmala is the topmost place throughout the whole visit, which is at a height of 5,636 meters above the sea level. After getting down 10 minutes, one can see Gauri Kunda. Lord Shiva is believed to have taken bath here together with his consort Parvati. This lake is believed to be their bathing pond. Now we are at Zutulpuk. We spend our last night of the Kora here. Today, 11th August 2014, early in the morning, trekking for 4 hours from Zutulpuk on the straight way at the bank of the river, our journey expands to Chundo. This falls on the site of Darchen, where vehicles are waiting for the pilgrims. Pilgrims have completed their 3-day circuit of Mount Kailash and are sharing their happiness with one another. Let's find out the personal experience and opinion of the pilgrims about their journey in their interview.
Today it's 11th of August 2014. Year is Jaya Varsham. We started our parikrama on the 9th morning around 11 o'clock. And we reached Derapuk around 6:30 in the evening. It was a lovely experience having darshan at the top of Derapuk. Everyone had a lovely darshan. And then second day, yesterday morning, we started about 9:30. That was the difficult part of our parikrama. We had to hire a hose to cover something like 7 kilometers. And I felt sorry for the hose, but we had no choice. My age didn't allow me to walk that distance. But when I reached Dolmala, I came down by myself, and we had a lovely darshan of Gaurikund. And then when I came down and stopped at the tea shop, it was around 3 o'clock. And then again, we had to walk something like 15 kilometers. It was a tiring and painful journey. But then again, they say if there is no pain, no gain. You have to suffer to reach Mount Kailash. And the last day today has been a little easy. We had to walk around 7 kilometers. And we started our journey around 7 o'clock in the morning. And we reached the pickup point exactly at 9:15. So it took us about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Most of us did the walking without stopping, without resting. That was the best way to do to reach this final part of parikrama. And with the Lord's grace, we all came here safely without Expedition Himalayas help. We couldn't have done this. Nabin, Dawa, Nima, September, and Biru. They've been wonderful. I'm just saying September because I was making fun of September, and all the Sherpas been very nice to us. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. As I explained before, the staff's service has been, Sherpa's service has been wonderful. Food was excellent. Food was for our expectation, and everybody praised about the food, and no one got sick or anything. Everybody enjoyed the food. More than that, the service they gave us is unbelievable. I would like to call Nabin and Dawa to this side. Without their help, we couldn't have done this. We couldn't have done this. It's been a wonderful experience. Expedition Himalaya is wonderful experience. Thank you very much, boys.
Thank you.
Some stay here for further trekking, while some others go to Mansarovar or Darchen. And we are heading towards Saga, circling the remaining circuit of Mansarovar, and spend one night at Saga. Next day, around 3 in the morning, we move towards Tatopani, Jangmu through Nyalam and reached there at 10 in the morning. We crossed the border and saw the helicopter waiting for us, which has been already arranged by the agency Expedition Himalaya. All the pilgrims in the helicopter flew towards Kathmandu. Land at Dhulike and return to Kathmandu at around 3 p.m. The next day, pilgrims visit Pashupatinath Temple and Swayambhunath Stupa for sightseeing. In the evening, all the pilgrims gather at Grand Hotel. All seem to be happy and satisfied as well. Here, Mr. Maheshwaren, Managing Director of Shree Murugan Travels, is interviewing the pilgrims about their experience of this Kailash and Mansarovar trip in their own words.
Good evening. Can you tell me your names, please?
Good evening, I am Kanagaratan Ratneswaran.
Good evening, I am Rukmani Ratneswaran from France.
Can you tell me your age?
I am 67 years old.
And I am 66 years old.
Going to Kailash Mansarovar has been your dream for many years, and this year you have completed that dream. And can you tell me a small explanation about the whole trip to Kailash Mansarovar?
My wife will explain because I just came to escort for the yatra. She will explain everything behalf of me.
First of all, thank you so much for Maheshwaren Thirunavukkarasu because he is the leader of our group for a long time. This is a great ambition because I am a very religious-minded lady from my small age, and this is a big dream about Mount Kailash. Thank God I finished everything with full satisfaction under your guardianship, and we are so grateful to you, and we are so thankful to you because I finished my trip with full satisfaction and happiness.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Can you tell me your names, please?
I am Mrs. Kaladevi Muruganandam, come from France.
I am Mrs. Susila Kurumurthy from London.
Going to Kailash Mansarovar has been your dream for many years, and this year you have completed that dream. And can you tell me a small explanation about the whole trip to Kailash Mansarovar?
Yeah, we tried last year, but we didn't complete that Kailash trip. Completed it. So this time we tried and completed the whole yatra, and it was with other group leaders and the team. They all helped, and we completed the whole yatra, and I was very happy with that. And I'll thank Mr. Maheswaren and the team.
I am so happy when I go to the 3 days paragrama. This company of the Nepal, every staff also very happy and very helpful for me. But I am feel the same family. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Today, 14th August 2014, all the pilgrims are at Tribhuvan International Airport to return back to their own home country, with a sure promise of visiting Nepal next year and expressing their happiness and satisfaction. Pilgrims thanked the staffs and the directors of Expedition Himalaya and flew back to their own country. This holy trip to Kailash and Mansarovar is organized and managed professionally. Shree Murugan Travels in London and Expedition Himalaya Private Limited. We wish good luck to all our guests. We are always happy to serve you. Guest is God.
Yo,